Very well, guys. So let's continue with the jaw retopology that we have right here. As I did on the last video, I just deleted the other half. I'm just going to delete these things right here. Get out of isolation mode, go into edit mode, and I'm going to click retopo flow to go back into our retopo flow element right here. And it's just a matter of continuing. I'm just going to continue with my poly pen. And I actually want to finish the front section first. You can see how here it's becoming a little bit too wide. So a very common thing that we can do here is we can delete these faces. And then from here, continue forward. And then from here, continue down like this. And we're going to get a small little triangle here. That's fine. We can have a triangle in this section, which is going to allow us to keep our topology low, close to the teeth, while giving us enough geometry so that we can push this into the lower border here. There we go. This one continues here and here. There we go. And then this one goes right there. So as you can see, this triangle right there helps or serves the function of splitting the topology and giving us more resolution on the border. And we already know that when we smooth this, and we will smooth this, we will get the triangles or the quads back. So here we go back here. Move this to the center line. And since we're already doing the center line, let's just keep pushing this with control all the way to the other side. So we know that this guy should eventually match that guy right there. We grab this guy, we move it back. Oh. Let's only grab the edge, there we go. And we just keep going back. So usually I like to have at least 2 center lines when doing this like complex shapes. Sometimes it's not possible, but it helps to keep things organized. And after that, then topology starts getting a little bit more interesting. So for instance, again, since this is not a vital part of the character, it's not as important, the topology that we have here on the underside of the jaw or on the back side of the jaw won't be as critical as what we have on the front. So we can have a lot of things like flowing in and out of the elements. For instance, right here, this guy, of course, goes back here. We just follow the edge pretty much. There we go. Let's just adjust this guys a little bit right there. There we go. There we go. And we just keep going here. This is a really, really like fine area, very tricky area because it's the thin part of the jawline. So I'm taking a little bit longer. But you can see how precise this tool can be. There we go. So now here, again, to save a bit of time, like I know like this 4 guys, it's very obvious that they want to go all the way here. So I grab those 4, we go through strokes, and we just draw one line. It's going to be right there. Now I can see we have 1, 2, and 3 over here. So I can bring this down to 3, like this. And that should allow me to bridge things a little bit faster. Now, how can we bridge things? There's a couple of ways, actually. You can select both elements. You can see how we get the number of elements. And then remember the patches tool that we mentioned? There we go. We just use the patch tool. And here I can press again Shift and middle mouse to add one more division. And just hit Enter. And that's it. Now, this point, let's go back to like polypen. We grab this point right there and we just merge it there. And this one could eventually be even like a triangle. That's fine. The only problem is here, I'm going to have to go back to try and quad so that I can find the triangle there and just hit enter. And there we go. We got the back side here of the jaw pretty much done. We can, of course, like push some of this guys up. We're going to need some of this resolution here for the teeth. We have this other 2 teeth over here. So let's do that real quick. Polypen. We're going to do 1, 2. And then 1, 2. 1, 2. There we go. Same deal here. 1. Careful with the with the direction. So 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4. There we go. So we know this guy right here is probably gonna go there. This guy right here is probably gonna go there. And this can be triangles. That's fine. No need to worry too much about the retopology when you can like simplify things. So from here to here, from here to here, got a triangle there. This is going to be a triangle. We just need to fill it. For instance, here, I think we can definitely get away with a triangle there. Just move this back a little bit and just follow the shapes that we have right here. It's getting a little bit dense here. I do think we need it because we have a really intense change in silhouette. Just be careful not to add more lines than you need, because it's gonna, of course, make our topology quite heavy. There we go. Now, to be honest, for a piece like this, I'll probably do it in Maya. I feel like Quadra is a little bit more precise for like really weird looking organic shapes like this one. But you can still do it here inside of Blender as I'm doing it. So whichever one you feel more comfortable with, it's perfectly fine. Here, we definitely need one more division. So I'm going to go to loops and just add one division right there. Here, for instance, it might not be a bad idea to go to our tweak option and just move things around a little bit like this. You can see we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So we can grab again our stroke thing, select this 4 edges with shift, and then just draw a line on this side. Let's keep it to one section. That's it. So as long as you know how to move around these tools, the retopology process should flow pretty naturally. You can see how things are getting a little bit stretched right here. Something that you want to avoid. You don't want to have your topology be as stretched. So even if it means adding a couple of extra divisions, that's sometimes worth it compared to having really stretched geometry. So for instance, here, I do think that the triangle is it's fine, because we're going to simplify all of the shapes that we have over here. Even here, I think we don't need as many. The triangle right there is fine, because we are going to need a little bit more resolution on this like front fangs, and not as much on this guys right here. So we can start like playing around with these elements. Like this. Then here's just like a flat surface, because all of that information is going to be caught in a flat surface. Well, I can see there's seems to be a line right here. This is important. This is where spirals tend to happen, because you see this line right here, and if we go to the other side, this line stops right here. So a very common mistake is people are like, oh, I don't want to have a spiral. I'm just going to add one edge loop right here. No, because if you add one edge loop right here, then things are not going to match anymore. But what you can do is you can go to the knife brush, select this guy, and just cut right there in the middle. Like that. And now with the poly pen, you should have two. Okay, remember the stitching thing that we did before? Pretty much the same thing. We get this very nice soft effect. I still think this guy's a little bit too much, so might just simplify there. And anytime you see two like triangles really close to each other, like these two guys, that usually means that you can simplify the topology in other ways. However, in this particular case, I think we're fine. Let's move to this back side over here. And again, same deal. Like I can see that this guy right here, like this guy right here, it's telling me, hey, you need like another division there to fill this gap. But I'm not gonna go and add a loop, because if I do this, I'm gonna create a weird spiral going over here. So instead of doing that, I'm gonna hide another like stitching thing right here. Okay, that way we can fill this in and fill this in, and then just keep going like this. Okay, and then from here, it's going to be a tension point. We're going to go to the side. Right, hopefully all of this is making sense. Now we have this one. I mean, with the pen tool, to be honest, it's quite fast, but you can go to the patches one as well. Here to here, from here, or just from here to to here. There we go. Here to here to here. Here to here. That's how we keep filling in. Over here, same deal. Like, should we add one more line? No, because we're going to create a spiral. Can we have a triangle right here? Yeah, why not? We just have a triangle right there. Because again, it's going to be smoothed out and it's going to hold all of that surface very, very nicely. One of the things that I'm trying to keep here is I kind of want to have like a middle section. So this band right here that goes through the whole side of the element, I kind of want to see if I can continue it all throughout the element and merge it with this one right here. See what I mean? That way, if we want to use do a UV, we can have the front and the back part of this shape in a faster way. Now we have all of this like intersection right here. Fairly easy to fill in as well. It's just from there to there to there to there. We can just fill that in. That's fine. Then there's a square and another square. See how everything just kind of like falls into place? Over here, we might need to do a little bit of a trick. I'm going to show you. When you have volumes like this, we have to do like with the teeth. We need to create like a little bit of an edge loop, because otherwise we're not going to be able to capture that volume. Here, it's not even going to be a square like capture. It's going to be like an octagonal thing or something. This. And then like that. See that? So we get this weird shape right here. And then from here, we can go up like there. This one goes down. And that's a triangle. Again, this is going to be smoothed out and we're going to get a nice like little cap right there. This two, I think we can combine there. And then we go from here to here. Careful here. This is another very common pattern for retopology. You can see this big area right here. First thing is we have like a really weird section. So we're going to go from here to here. It's going to be the first one. Then from here to here, it's going to be the second one. And this is going to be the third one. I like to call this the chicken foot because we have this sort of like 3 divisions over there. And that's it. I'm just going to press Tab, and then we're going to go out of RetopoFlow. Let's isolate this for a brief moment. I'm going to go to number 3. We are using a mirror function here, but for some reason it's not applying, so I'm just going to use this. But I'm going to use bisect, actually. Bisect on the C-axis. Oh, flip. There we go. Is that the one that I'm going for? I'm not sure. Give me just 1 second. So that's the mirror, and I'm merging. I think that should be it. So I'm just going to hit apply. We're not doing any displacement, so that's fine. There we go. And we need to fix, of course, these things right here. I can see that some of the points are not actually going to where they're supposed to go. So let's go back. I'm going to bring this up to like a 0.05. Let's see if that works. That's a little 0.00. 0.005. 0.5 is way too much. Yeah, so 0.1. Is that better? No, it's a little bit too much. 0.05. 0.008. It's not enough. 0.01. 0.03 seems to be the secret one right there. There we go. So now things are merged. We're going to apply this. We need to go to object mode and apply. There we go. And now we need to just fix a couple of triangles. These guys that we have right here. Very easy way to do it is to go into edge mode, which is number 2. Press Alt and click, and there should be one here that says fill. Where is it? Edge, or just press F. It's easier. Just F. F is the fill, is the shortcut for fill. And there we go. Now I do want to show you guys the smooth option right here. So the easiest one is just to use a subdivision surface. And as you can see, that's going to give us the smooth effect, but it's not conforming to the surface, right? Like we're not really following this thing. But what we can do here is I can say apply. I can select this guy right here again. There's a modifier called the shrink wrap modifier. And what this does is if I select the target, which is the skull, it's going to try to shrink wrap to the skull. Okay. Now if we like turn this off, you can see that it's trying its best. It's actually not doing a bad job here with the elements. So we can change to nearest point. We can project, which is not working really cool. We can do nearest vertex. I think nearest surface point is probably doing the best sort of result. And look at how nice we get all of the shapes now. Once you're happy with this, you can just apply. Right click, shade smooth to get like a soft version of the thing. This is what we would normally use for our bakes. And just make sure that all of the vertices and stuff look as nice as possible. You can see there's a little bit of a loss of symmetry on this particular area. Again, it's not the end of the world. As long as everything bakes properly, we should be fine. But if you want to avoid this, we can definitely wait until Maya to do so. And the way we would do this is we'll just not use this guy right here. There we go. And let's hide this one for a second. So grab this piece right here that we just finished retopologizing. And once we're happy with this, we just go File, in Object Mode, File, Export, FBX. We go to our project here, for Assets, Retopo. We're going to call this a jaw underscore. I'm going to call this underscore BRT, which is Blender Retopo. And very important over here, just click selected objects. You don't want to export everything else like the cameras and the lights. You just want to export the selected objects. So I'm just going to hit Export FBX. And that's it. With this, we can go back to Maya. We can get this ready, and we're going to be good to go. So we're going to continue the retopology process inside of Maya for the rest of the skull. And after that, I do want to show you why we're doing all of this. We're going to do a quick UV and bakes test, which is going to encompass the complete like chapter 1. And then we're going to jump onto all of the different sections of our character. Again, I'm going to try to make this as interesting as possible, but I do warn you that retopology is not the funnest thing in the world. It's very time consuming, but again, we're going to have a good time. So hang on tight, make sure to get to this point, and I'll see you back on the next one. Bye-bye.